Namaste. Wait Pradakshanam clockwise and not anti-clockwise.
In Sanskrit, there's a really interesting way that things are named. Okay, the meaning of the thing is encoded into the word itself. So, pradakshina. Dakshina is the direction, right. Okay, it means right. So, which is why south is called Dakshin, Dakshin Bharat, Deccan, which comes from Dakshin. So, Dakshin means south because when you face east, your right is south, and therefore south is Dakshin. So, Dakshina means right, and Pradakshina is going around an entity while keeping this entity on your right, which basically is a clockwise movement. That rotation is called Pradakshina. The Agamas talk of Pradakshina as something really good, something which is very powerful. It is a powerful Prayashchitta. Now, what is Prayashchitta? Prayashchitta is the English word is expiation, which is whatever mistakes have been made, or even just to energize yourself. Okay, so Prayashchitta is considered a very, very powerful activity that can give you great benefits. In the Uttarakamika Agama, there is a Samanya Prayashchitta Vidhi Patala. A lot of activities are spoken about, like japa and doing abhisheka, for example, etc., in which pradakshina is also mentioned. Okay, and there are different kinds of pradakshina. There is adi pradakshina, where you go step by step. There is anga pradakshina, which is supposed to confer the highest benefits. You're basically rolling, physically you're rolling, around the prakara. That is called anga pradakshina. All your body parts are touching the ground, right? So anga pradakshina. And there's something called Atma Pradakshina, going around your own self. So, saying that the center, the spiritual core is my own self, and going around. Now, there is a type of Pradakshina which is mentioned, which is Savya Apasavya. You go up to Chandeshwara around the Shivlinga Garbhagraha, and then you come back to the Gomukhi, which is a Soma Sutra, where the waters come out, and then you don't cross it. Then you go back to Chandeshwara, come back again. So this is done especially during Pradosha. Especially you actually tracing the shape of crescent moon. One thing they say is that the rotation of the Earth, the sun, the entire solar system is supposed to go around the center of the Milky Way galaxy in a clockwise direction. So, if you want a scientific explanation, one way to look at it is people say that the chakras of the body, right? The human body is placed in a magnetic field, in an electromagnetic field, for example. I'm just saying electromagnetic for you to get a sense of, there is a divine energy there. So, you have to be very careful in trying to understand spirituality through science. You can use all these words, but they don't exactly mean that. It doesn't just mean that, okay, there is an electromagnetic force. It's useful to think of it like that force, okay? But there is some energy, some spiritual force that the temple has harnessed and is kept there in the Garbhagriha, right? Now, when the human body moves around this entity, obviously there are some changes that occur, and you say that you get energy, you get energized, etc. You're drawing from there. So they say that all the chakras, if they are all perfectly balanced, they are in the clockwise direction, and if they are not balanced, they spin in the anti-clockwise direction. And some practitioners say that when you go around the temple in a clockwise direction, they all get energized, and if you go in the anti-clockwise direction, all the chakras get de-energized. That is one way to look at it. The other way, if we are like a mini battery, all these electrical pulses going, the nerve cells use current, electrical pulses to pass on messages through the body and all that. So what happens when this electrical system is placed in a magnetic field or an electromagnetic field? Some change occurs. There's some, movement occurs, which is why there is a treatment using rotating magnets on the human body. So, giving physiotherapy as well as using this rotating magnetic force is supposed to heal the body faster. We can hypothesize, but sometimes it's just good to follow what is said, that okay, this seems to be the practice. our Vedas and say that na kuryat nishphalam karma. Don't do any activity that does not give you any result. So basically, don't do anything useless. Which means if your tradition has told you don't do anything useless, and then your tradition says please do this particular way, it means automatically the inference is that whatever activity is being prescribed is useful and is meant to be done in that way.